Hi everybody, welcome to this briefing, this virtual briefing. This year we are also sending it by video, by email, so you can watch it in your house quietly as soon as you can with the technical information about this Trans-Gran Canaria HG 2022. We are very happy, very enthusiastic to celebrate this 20th anniversary. You know that we were born in 2003. This 2022 we celebrate our first 20 years of life in Trans-Gran Canaria, and I'm going to just explain quite a few technical sections, the modifications, the changes that we've introduced in this new edition. You're only going to receive your races information, okay? If you're running the marathon, you will receive the marathon information. If you're running the classic information, and so on. But first, I am going to tell you about the common aspects of this Trans-Gran Canaria. Okay, so we're going to go through the common aspects of this 2022 edition, and we are starting with one of the most frequently asked questions is about the COVID protocols. Last year we had a very tough edition with the COVID situation, but this year it's a bit more flexible. No, we are not relaxed about this topic, but it's going to be a little bit softer, the COVID protocols in this Trans-Gran Canaria. We are starting with the face mask. Okay, the face mask will be mandatory in the VIP collection, in Expo Meloneras, obviously in every closed building that we are going to celebrate this Trans-Gran Canaria, and it's also going to be mandatory in the race departure. In the race start, we're going to have a separation, a security separation in every race start, and you're going to have to wear your face mask. And once you go below the start arc, you can take it off and start running without any problem. But please keep in mind that you will have to wear your face mask, and it's part of the mandatory equipment of this Trans-Gran Canaria 2022. The race departures will be different than last year. Last year, everybody had their own individual time. This year, it will be a traditional race start with everybody having just one time. Okay, if the classic race starts at 11 p.m., everybody will have the exact same time. We will be placed in order of the estimated times that you have introduced in your race entry, but the race will only have one time. No, not like last year, that it was a little bit tricky because we didn't know if the person arriving at the finish line was the first or second runner until everybody was at the finish line. But this year we will only have one time, one official time for everyone. We will have separation, security separation in the beginning of every race, but I insist the time will be a unique time for every race. About the external support, the crew that can assist you during the race, this year it will be allowed. Okay, we updated this information a couple of weeks ago in our website, and it will be allowed in the classic, the advanced, and the marathon races. Those are the three races where you can have external support, always in the space between 100 meters before and 100 meters after the official aid station, never inside the official aid station, but you can have your crew in every aid station except El Hornillo, which only affects to the Trans-Gran Canaria Classic, the Roque Nublo parking, which affects three of them, and in Ayagaures. Okay, these 3 points are very difficult to have access by car, so we please request that you don't go to that places and just focus in the other spots of the island where you can have easy access to the runners. So just a quick reminder, El Hornillo, Parking Roque Nublo and Ayagaures are forbidden for the external assistance. It may seem quite obvious, but we kindly ask you to respect the mandatory equipment that we request for every race. Gran Canaria is not always sunny, it's not always warm. We have quite a lot of differences between the coast and the summit of the island. We're going to have temperatures near 0 degrees. Okay, so please take that in mind, that you are going to go through lots of different temperatures during the race. And this is quite important because you will. Last year we had a lot of withdrawals in the summit of the island because they were literally freezed. So this year, please take that in mind. It doesn't matter if you are carrying a little bit more of weight because you have to carry a little jacket or anything that is waterproof. And please keep in mind that we have to protect you. It's for security reasons, and you must take the mandatory equipment. The races are also, we will have judges, so in any moment we can ask you to show us your mandatory equipment. Okay, before the race starts, everyone has to get their bib, and this will be at the Congress Center of Expo Beloneras, the same as the last 7 years in Maspalomas. There you will have to go with your face mask, and please respect the previous appointment that you have requested in your race entry. Okay, everyone has a specific hour. You can be there and visiting the trail zone in the Expo Beloneras and collecting your bib, but please, to have the control of the capacity of Expo Beloneras, we kindly ask you to go specifically at the time that you appointed in your race entry. At the bib collection, please check everything that we give you, because some of the runners have hired a GPS service, some have hired a hoodie, some have hired an extra bib as a souvenir. So please check that you receive everything, or a 2 to 6 Dodo 6 pack of nutrition. Please check that you receive everything, because obviously we want to give you everything that you deserve. And this year we have a little surprise. Besides the t-shirt that is amazing and all the souvenirs that we give you in your runner's bag, we're going to give you a personalized poster of Gran Canaria with your name, so you can take it back home and have a nice souvenir of Transgran Canaria. The bib collection will also be the moment for your drop bag service. You have two possibilities. For the runners of the classic distance, you can have a drop bag service at El Garañón. You have to take your belongings there to the bib collection area for our team to put it in a plastic bag and take it to El Garañón, where you will find it easily in the aid station. And every runner of every distance has the possibility of giving us some belongings as a luggage for you to find a new bag at the finish line at Parque Sur. Okay, both services are available at the moment of the bib collection. The drop bag service of El Garañón, you will collect it on Sunday morning in Expo Beloneras. The finish line, obviously, you will collect it in the finish line in Parque Sur of Maspalomas. There is a possibility of our team giving you a third bag. It's only for the people who have hired it during the race entry, which is a start line bag, okay, for you to give us your jackets, your belongings that you don't need to start the race. And this bag will also be collected at the finish line in Parque Sur after your race. I wish that you don't need this, but we need to tell you about the protocol of withdrawing, of quitting the race. It happens lots of times, especially in the long distance races. So you will have an emergency number in your bib, printed in your bib. That will be the one that you need to call in case you have any emergencies. But please just request an emergency service if you really need to. Okay, it is not nice for us to deploy an emergency service for very light injuries or for very light reasons. So please just call if you really need it. And the withdrawals have to be made in the aid stations, okay? If you are really hurt, you obviously request an evacuation with our medical service, but if you can continue, please withdraw in an aid station. You communicate it, okay? You officially tell the organization team in the aid station that you are withdrawing. And in case you don't have any assistance, in case you don't have any means of getting back home or getting to the finish line, the race organization has a transfer at several hours that goes through every aid station, picking up the people who have withdrawn the race. Okay, it is not a quick service. You don't get to Maspalomas until you go through lots of towns, but keep in mind that you have this possibility in case you don't have any other services to get into the finish line. Okay, many runners have asked about the contents of the aid station, what food, what drinks we are going to find there. It is already published in our website. You go to our website and you look for the aid stations tag, and there you have specified in every single station what you're going to find with sweet food, with salty food, with energetic bars, with liquids, everything. You will have it specified there, and you're also going to receive it in another link with this communication. It is very important that you take your own glass, your own flask to fill your flask in the aid station, because you're not going to have cups or any kind of glasses in the aid stations of Trans Gran Canaria. Okay, as usual, you have to take your own flask during all the race to fill your liquids in the aid station. Okay, before the race starts, everyone has to get their bib, and this will be at the Congress Center of Expo Beloneras, the same as the last 7 years in Maspalomas. There you will have to go with your face mask, and please respect the previous appointment that you have requested in your race entry. Okay, everyone has a specific hour. You can be there and visiting the trail zone in the Expo Beloneras and collecting your bib, but please, to have the control of the capacity of Expo Beloneras, we kindly ask you to go specifically at the time that you appointed in your race entry. At the bib collection, please check everything that we give you, because some of the runners have hired a GPS service, some have hired a hoodie, some have hired an extra bib as a souvenir. So please check that you receive everything, or a 2 to 6 Dodo 6 pack of nutrition. Please check that you receive everything, because obviously we want to give you everything that you deserve. And this year we have a little surprise. Besides the t-shirt that is amazing and all the souvenirs that we give you in your runner's bag, we're going to give you a personalized poster of Gran Canaria with your name, so you can take it back home and have a nice souvenir of Trans Gran Canaria. The bib collection will also be the moment for your drop bag service. You have two possibilities. For the runners of the classic distance, you can have a drop bag service at El Garañón. You have to take your belongings there to the bib collection area for our team to put it in a plastic bag and take it to El Garañón, where you will find it easily in the aid station. And every runner of every distance has the possibility of giving us some belongings as a luggage for you to find a new bag at the finish line at Parque Sur. Okay, both services are available at the moment of the bib collection. The drop bag service of El Garañón, you will collect it on Sunday morning in Expo Beloneras. The finish line, obviously, you will collect it in the finish line in Parque Sur of Maspalomas. There is a possibility of our team giving you a third bag. It's only for the people who have hired it during the race entry, which is a start line bag, okay? For you to give us your jackets, your belongings that you don't need to start the race. And this bag will also be collected at the finish line in Parque Sur after your race. So we're now at Ayagaures, the place where the Promo de Youth and the Family Trail begins, and the last 15 kilometers of this Trans Gran Canaria race. The runners from the shorter distance, the Promo distance, will start in the wall, in the main wall of the dam of Ayagaures, and the runners of the longer distances will have an aid station there. And you will have to go back and forth just beneath the wall of the dam. It will be clearly indicated, so you will not have you won't have any issues there to find your aid station. You will only have about 3 kilometers of uphill, very light and in a wide track. And the runners of the Promo distance will have a specific aid station in the top part of this track. Okay, it will only be for the runners of the shorter version of Trans Gran Canaria. Once you leave this area, you go down and you will find one of the most common talked about Trans Gran Canaria areas, that is the riverbed of Vicentillos. People are quite afraid of this riverbed, but it's quite hard, especially for those who are doing the longer distances, because you have very large rocks, you don't know where to place your foot sometimes. But it's about 3 kilometers of a very slow path in this dry riverbed at Vicentillos. We have a water point there, a refreshment point that you will find during all the day. It's not official, but we also give you some water there if you need to. And then you will head to the new finish line, which is in Parque Sur de Maspalomas. So we're now at Maspalomas, Parque Sur de Maspalomas, the new finish line of Transgran Canaria. I promise you it will be different, will be spectacular. We will have every type of concerts. We will have special groups there for the animation of the finish line. So we cheer you up and your crew to go to this finish line at Parque Sur de Maspalomas. The parking site for the public, the crowd, will be beside the hospital, the medical center of Maspalomas. Please check that we will have it marked. We will postmark it also, the parking of Transgran Canaria, which will be free, and that area is quite comfortable for the parking of everyone that's going to the finish line of Transgran Canaria. I repeat, we'll have a very special finish line, and there you will have food, you will have a meal which will be free for everyone. In your race entry, you had the chance to hire a finish line meal. This money has been reimbursed to every runner that has that hired it in your moment, and we will have a very big meal for everyone if the health condition allows it, but it will have a meal for everyone, which will be free for every runner. So just enjoy this moment, because it will be the last part of your adventure in Transgran Canaria. Also remember that you can collect your finish line bag and your start line bag. Both of this luggage, you can collect it in Parque Sur de Maspalomas, not the one of the drop bag service in El Garañón, which will be collected on Sunday morning in Expo Meloneras. Just enjoy this epic race, this nice adventure. Transgran Canaria, we're celebrating 20 years, and we are very proud to have you in this special edition. Just take in mind to control your own security, please. It is very important that we want to have everyone safe and sound in Maspalomas. So enjoy. Just finish your last trainings, focus on Transgran Canaria, and we will see you next weekend.